Good evening, everyone. I'm Susan Shaw. Right now at 11 o'clock, our special coverage of the Kalamazoo cycling tragedy continues. This is the scene tonight near Mark and Glen Park on North Westnedge Avenue, just north of Kalamazoo, where yesterday evening a driver hit 9 bicyclists, killing 5 and injuring the others. Now, more than 24 hours later, there is a growing memorial where last night there were dozens of emergency vehicles. That is where we find my colleague Brian Sterling tonight. He's been anchoring our coverage from that scene all day long. He joins us right now with the latest. Brian.
Well, Sue, you're absolutely right. Last night, this was a scene of chaos, confusion, and carnage. Tonight, it is peaceful. A memorial has been set up, and it continues to grow tonight. As you can see, those 5 ghost bikes have been placed along the fence line here on North Westnedge Road. And even as late as 11 o'clock, there are still cars coming up, people coming by to pay their quiet respects to the 5 victims who lost their lives and to the 4 others who continue to fight for theirs in the hospital tonight. There were a lot of developments today. Let's get you caught up on the latest. Charges could be filed as soon as tomorrow against the man suspected of being behind the wheel. As we told you earlier tonight at 5 and 6, a source tells us that it's Charles Pickett Jr., a 50-year-old man from Battle Creek. Also today, we learned the names of all 9 victims. Those killed include 53-year-old Debbie Bradley, 42-year-old Melissa Fevig Hughes, 73-year-old Tony Nelson, 74-year-old Larry Pollock, and 56-year-old Suzanne Sipple. The 4 survivors still hospitalized tonight. At last check, 47-year-old Paul Gobble, 53-year-old Sheila Jeske, and 65-year-old Paul Runnels, all listed in serious condition. 40-year-old Jennifer Johnson was last listed in fair condition. Earlier tonight, bike riders from throughout West Michigan came to Kalamazoo for a silent ride to honor the victims. It was quite a turnout. And that's where our coverage begins tonight. Barton Dieter spoke with those who rode about what the tragedy means for them and the biking community.
Well, Brian, we're here along the route where not long ago more than 500 bicyclists passed in silent tribute to victims in one of the deadliest bicycle-related crashes in the nation's history.
I've never ridden in a group this large. It was just a powerful moment that I will remember for the rest of my life.
The so-called silent ride took a 5-mile route through Kalamazoo in honor of the 5 cyclists killed and the 4 others injured in a crash that occurred a mere 24 hours before the ride began.
Tonight, it was amazing how many responses and emails and posts I saw coming in globally.
The estimate of riders who came out tonight ranges from 500 to more than 750, many of whom were members of the Chain Gang Bike Club, the same club that the victims of the crash belong.
I mean, almost everybody knew somebody that, in that group.
The crash has had a major impact in Kalamazoo's riding community.
We ride bikes, so I want to be able to do it safely. I'd like to be able to enjoy something I love and not fear for my life.
Has this made you rethink? Am I going to continue doing this?
Honestly, I don't think it's set in yet. I'm not sure.
Many say that with so little information about what caused the driver to crash into the bikes, it is hard to say if anything can be changed to prevent another similar tragedy.
I mean, this is a big enough of an event. I'm thinking this is, it's national, that hopefully it'll wake some people up and make some changes.
Well, riders here today wanted to make sure that these victims are remembered. And they also hoped that at least this tragedy would remind automobile drivers to safely share the road with bicyclists. In Kalamazoo, Barton Dieter's 24-hour News 8.
Now, Barton, you're absolutely right. At cyclists that we talked with tonight, they said that they wanted to honor the victims as well as prove to themselves they could get out there given the dangers they all know that they face at any given time on the road. Barton Dieters, thank you. Now we want to go to Battle Creek tonight. That's where 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker is learning a little bit more about the suspect in this case. Heather?
Well, Brian, tonight we learned from Pickett's wife's daughter that Pickett and his wife recently divorced. Now, whether that played a role in this crash, that's yet to be determined. We do know that Pickett lived here in Battle Creek along with other family members. The family member that we spoke to tonight tells us that his sister and mother own a local hair salon here, but he also has ties to Tennessee. Family tells us that Pickett lived in Tennessee as well. As far as his criminal background goes, we reached out to Battle Creek Police Chief tonight. He tells us that they have had minimal contact with Pickett, nothing criminal. He would not elaborate on that. We could not find any criminal record in the entire state of Michigan. Investigators tell us he was legally licensed to drive at the time of the crash, but the question remains, was he under the influence of something when the crash occurred? In the half hour before it happened, 3 people called 911 to report erratic driving. Today, officials tell us they're still waiting on the blood test results. The outcome of that will influence the charges that he faces.
Up to and including the possibility of a murder charge. If there is evidence that he was under the influence of alcohol or drugs, operating while under the influence causing death is a possibility.
We are continuing to learn more about the suspect in this case. Stay with Wood TV 8 for all those developments, including a possible arraignment that could happen as early as tomorrow. If it does, of course, we will be in court and bring that to you live. Reporting in Battle Creek tonight, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Absolutely, Heather. Prosecutors and the public all waiting for those toxicology reports to come back, hopefully to shed some light on what happened and maybe charges coming tomorrow. Heather Walker reporting live from Battle Creek. Thank you for that. St. Thomas More Catholic Student Parish near the Western Michigan University campus is getting ready for a community prayer service that'll happen tomorrow night to remember the victims of this awful crash, including 2 of their own parishioners, Larry Pollock and Tony Nelson. 2 longtime parishioners there who left their mark on St. Thomas More died in last night's incident. Sister Pamela Owen of St. Thomas More hopes that tomorrow night's prayer service helps the community cope with yet another senseless tragedy.
What I would like is that people understand that the hearts of Tony and Larry continue to live and will continue to live in their family and in the community. And hopefully even if the people who didn't know them personally will be touched by the love that they have shared.
Again, that community prayer service is open to all faiths. It is scheduled for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the church located at 421 Monroe in the city of Kalamazoo. A reminder, our coverage continues at woodtv.com. We have interviews from throughout the day, a link to the Kalamazoo Strong's Crisis Fund, an interactive timeline, and some very touching photo galleries. Once again, charges could be filed against the suspect as soon as tomorrow. We are monitoring that situation. We'll do so throughout the night. Daybreak will be here live tomorrow morning. Their coverage starts at 4:30. So, Sue, as we send it back to you, again, it is a quiet night. Folks still pulling off to the side here, coming by, paying their respects. It's another tragedy that this community has to face, but they're doing so with resiliency that they have shown in the past, and they'll continue to do so in the future. Sue, we'll send it back to you.
Brian, it certainly seems like it. They are pulling together indeed. Thank you for that live coverage.